So today is Sunday, December the 5th, and you can see here how we're getting gel coat on the lower portions below the water line. Above the water line, they're using Bondo or body filler. You can see here how they're coming around. It's that gray stuff, and we have a man putting some on here, filling in some spots, and then you grind it off. And you can see, so below here we're going to put the gel coat.
What's your first
Say
name?
hello. Excuse me.
Leslie.
Leslie. Okay, nice to meet you, Lena.
So-
Frank.
Yeah, so we've got some patches that are getting some covering,
Leslie's hard at work.
and yeah,
As usual.
and there's a couple. If you go up top and you see a little, those little, see there's a little tiny thing there. You know,
Oh, right here. Right
yeah,
here,
yeah.
on
There's
the
a few
edge.
little spots.
Right, yeah,
If
yeah.
you see them, put a little stuff in.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So as we go, so Leslie's looking after that, and as you can see, the thing, and here you got more Bondo up top, and then gel coat, and it's even more obvious over here on this side, where you've got gel below the water line and then the Bondo above, and you can see that's starting to take shape, the nice flare, a little bit of sanding done there. It's all looking good. Coming along December the 5th. Next step after this is me to finish all the little scratches and then prime. Hooray if I get the primer out by the middle of the month. So the hard part is to get it looking really good, nice and smooth, no pit marks. And we got Raul and Lucky standing away here, creating a really good look to the boat. Isn't that amazing? That bow, remember, that was the shark bite, no longer a shark bite. Good stuff. They're almost done. Be ready for primer probably on Saturday. The major repairs are on the four corners. You can see the port bow here, fiberglass record below the water line, fiberglass cord, and then we have the filler on top above the water line. Same thing on this side. We excavated any moisture. It was rotten in this section right here, but we went back as far as we needed to cover it. We did take quite a bit of very dry core on the inside here. Okay, so that's that side. Virtually nothing in here, nothing on the inside of this bow, starboard bow. It's much better. But this side we again have a significant amount of core removed all along here in the lower section, right up to the flare. And again, all fiberglass below the waterline, fiberglass, and then a finishing filler on top. Another very large significant patch here, done the same way. A smaller patch here. Again, this is now foam core above this flare, and so it's a little bit different process, but nevertheless we use glass to refill the space, and then the fillers. Okay, same thing here and here. Same thing up there on the top edge, and of course we've also got little holes all the way along from the rub rail that was removed very, very poorly. Here we've got the back transom, again all core material all in here, and then solid glass here, and you can see the underside of this transom area, quite neatly done. And again, the other side of our stern area, where we again, this was interesting area. This was designated as a number 8. It wasn't actually wet. It was delaminated. So we went over all of these spots that had then higher numbers, and we did compression tests with the hammer, and anywhere where we had any kind of delam, we repaired. So it wasn't too many spots. Again, the back corner, coring and filler, mostly fiberglass along the edge. Fiberglass, again, fiberglass and coring here in the bottom edge. And on this side, we only have one midship damage up here, as you can see. And again, we did fiberglass with filler. Even on this arc here, we have fiberglass and then a filler on top. Fiberglass work done and a filler on top. So that's basically it. Lots of scratches and everything else. Very little damage to the hull, nice and dry, 99% of the places. So we're quite happy with that whole process. And we're going to begin the finish sanding. I just have this back corner to do, cutting out the rubber for the windows so that I can paint the window sills. And once that's done, we're going to put the primer on and start with the painting. So here we are, just getting the priming done. The stern is done, and we've primed all the way around the boat. And you can see now we've got some decent look to her, and we'll get the good coat on shortly. And you can see how the next step after this is bottom paint. And there's Sweetheart up there in the sun, checking it all out. She's looking more and more like a good sailboat every day. There you have it. That's what I've been doing. Sanding for 2 days, and now 2 days worth of primer. So we're getting down to the short strokes here. You can see we've taken the tape off the boot stripe on the top, and we've got bottom paint about, well, almost halfway up on this side. And on the inside here, we're all the way up. Not super happy with the tape work, but from a distance it looks good. This side here, you can see the outlines. And of course, bottom paint's got to go on that side. So we've done one inside of this hull and halfway up on the outside. And that's 1 gallon of bottom paint. So here we are. Catawampus is almost ready to go into the water. As you can see, we painted the sides, the hull gray, and the top part is white. We're doing a little bit of repair on the cross beam. You can see we're welding a piece of aluminum across the bow, and that tarp is there to keep the wind from blowing it away. And here you get a better perspective on our paint job. As you can see, she's looking like a real sailboat now. Very, very exciting. And you can get an idea of how we finished underneath. On the inside, I didn't want to paint all the underside because it was all pristine and no damage, so we just did a little V shape and followed the boot stripes in. As you can see there, the boot stripes now go around, and the front boot stripe all the way up the bow there, you can see it. So there you go, nice and clean white underneath.